Hi everyone, my name is Connor Atchison. I am the CEO and co-founder of Records on Toda, and I'm going to talk to you about what we do at Records on Toda. So I'm going to touch base on intro about what we do, the problems we're solving, the opportunity, and then a demo, our solution, our market verticals, and a roadmap. So a little background. What would you do with your most important records? Most likely you will put it in a safe, you'll put it on the cloud, you'll put it in an encrypted drive. Although these solutions provide some sense of security, they're not foolproof. Okay, here we go. So your documents can be lost, they can be stolen, they can be corrupted, manipulated, and what do you do? Well, that's what we've set out to do on Records on Toda. We're setting out to achieve a vision that we change the way the world uses, accesses, and exchanges records in a consistent, complete, and authentic way, all the while allowing the individual to maintain autonomy and control of that record without any third party. I'll tell you a little about our journey. We started in May 2008, the last Toda.Day, and since then we've engaged with clients in 3 verticals. We're in the healthcare space, within the manufacturing, and within the legal. From there, we've successfully built out a prototype, and we're starting trials with our first client in the spring of 2019, with full product rollout in 2019. And now we're in our second phase of raising funding so we can scale out the team and build a product based on our client needs. So what's the real problem with current record management systems? Well, they're fragmented, they're siloed, they can't provide any authenticity, they're prone to error, they're difficult to trust, and they're difficult to access. A lot of problems. So how are we changing and solving this problem? Well, I'll tell you about our clients and what they're using Records on Toda for. So within the medical space, we have our clients eliminating audits, improving care pathways, and transforming medical records from static to longitudinal assets. In the legal space, we're transforming linear workflows, increasing efficiency, and reducing labor costs. And we're in talks with a major manufacturer, automotive, for exploring uses for better telematic processes and applications. So I'm going to demonstrate 2 of these uses with our demo for the medical and the legal space. Well, Sasha's getting that fixed. I'll just talk about a narrative behind the first demonstration. So essentially what we've done with the dashboard, when we enter it, you'll be able to see based on the hash and the proof, if the Records on Toda verified document, it's pending or it's incorrect. So a real case scenario that is close to the heart, a good friend of mine, he had an uncle, he's a male presenting, rapid weight loss, age 54. And he went to his family physician and he said, I'm losing weight. And the clinician said, well, that's great, keep it up. Doesn't make sense. A couple months pass, he says, I need a second opinion. I'm still losing weight, I'm waking up with night sweats, a whole other bunch of symptoms that really didn't align with this rapid weight loss, but he wasn't on a diet. He didn't really change his lifestyle, so something was wrong. So he decided to get a second opinion. So he went to another clinician, got the second opinion, and basically 3 to 4 weeks later, the records came in. They were incomplete, there was records missing, and within a month after, he was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. So that's an example of where we see some huge problems within the health space, and this could prevent that. So if we look at a verified record, we get the hash. Now, when we go to an example like this individual, he was waiting for records to be verified from other clinicians. We say that it's not. So there's something missing. So this would introduce a new way of looking into what is missing, and it would actually engage the clinician and the medical system to start broadening their scope of just what's in their EHR or their EMR. It also works from an insurance side. So say there's an assessment for treatment. An individual's injured in a car accident. They need rehabilitation. The insurance approve this, and they go to, we'll say, a physiotherapist. Well, the physiotherapist tries to do a little fraud. I'm not saying that they all do that, but we'll change one of the numbers from 500 to 600. And it was already approved, maybe it'll slip through. Well, now it's incorrect. This will flag the insurance, it'll flag the individual, and it'll also flag the provider. So it eliminates and provides that authenticity and correctness. So that's one of the uses from the medical space in a legal setting. So same idea. The main thing that we find with our legal clients is you have hundreds of thousands of documents. These documents are thousands of pages long. You have basically all of this data, all this documentation, all these records, and then you're given a signature page of 10 signatures. How do you know that's linked directly to the correct document? How do you know a clause hasn't been altered? How do you know that someone didn't put something nefarious in there? Well, you don't. You have to actually manually go over all of this, or other software that aggressively tries to find this, like OCR or such things like that. With this, we can see if there's a period changed, if it's a space, if there's a new clause. It gives you the complete entirety of that document with that secure, correct form. It works in the same way with pending. Say you're doing, basically McNeely Wealth Management's doing a business transaction for a bill of sale. So while you're waiting for this bill of sale, you now know each individual who's part of this, if it's been authenticated, if it's secure, and if it's complete. So as this follows the process, it'll go from being pending or verifying information to either incorrect or correct. So again, this is our initial rollout for March, April of the coming year. So within our tech suite, this will be the first version of the product, and from the feedback and validation, we'll expand on that product suite. Oh, got it. Perfect, thanks. Okay. So our solution, so the intent is to provide a proof structure that's concise, correct, and authentic for any type of record in any form. The impact, well, now individuals can own, control, and share their records on any device, anywhere in the world, in a secure and accurate way. And the result, essentially what we're looking at with this result is we're allowing the first internal process to identify workflows within the record space that allows us to have that completeness and correctness. So what are the verticals that we'll expand into and where this can go? Well, they're every vertical in every market, from agriculture, healthcare, manufacturing, supply chain, legal, insurance. The list is endless. This is an example of our roadmap and our strategic plan, where we're moving. It's a bit aggressive, but we're hitting our targets. And as I said before, October, we developed and received a number of LOIs and contracts, some validation in our product. Product's built out in a prototype. We're initiating our fundraising as we speak, and that'll allow us to build out the team. February, MVP rollout, trial launch, and then June and July, we have a full product. Any questions? Or is that later, Sasha? Okay. Okay. Yeah. Where do you get the hash? Sorry? Toda protocol. Sorry. Yes, good point. Anything else? Okay. Thank you.